In this video, we're going to be breaking down this really simple doorway cover that was sent in and built by Gary. And this entire thing is built with an EMT conduit and maker pipe fittings, and then some other pieces of hardware you can get off the shelf, as well as some corrugated steel. And this is a great project, and he said he built it because he wanted to keep rain from hitting against the door directly. And it's a pretty simple framework overall. We can kind of see most of the details here, so we'll use this photo to kind of break it down here. And basically, he just, like I said, used 3/4-inch EMT conduit, which you can get off the shelf locally at, Lowe's, Home Depot, different places like that. And you'll find it in the electrical aisle. And you want to make sure to get the smooth end EMT conduit, not the threaded conduit, not rigid or any of those other kinds. It's EMT conduit. And usually 3/4 inch is about $10 a 10-foot stick, which is not bad. Pretty economical for a lot of projects. And here we can see a framework, and we can't really see some of the framework on the top here because it's kind of covered by that metal, but we can kind of assume just based on the connectors that he's using how this is going together. So we'll kind of start here, and I think he used the hack here that we talked about a while back, which is an off-the-shelf plumbing flange with an EMT conduit electrical connector threaded into that. And funny enough, I've actually been revisiting this hack recently because of a community member that was having some issues with it. There's a very specific type of flange you want to make sure to get, and I'm testing, and I'm going to put a video hopefully later this week if everything goes well, kind of update you guys on exactly what flange you need for that, because the plumbing flanges have a tapered thread, which is made for just making it airtight for the gas pipe. But you can get some that have just straight threads and they're not tapered, and that's the ones you want to look for. And I'm going to see if I can find a specific one to link to you guys to post in that video later this week. But for now, I just wanted to mention that while we're talking about it, because it is a great hack, as we can see here. And of course, we also have the maker pipe flanges that you can use in builds, just depending on how it looks and if it matches what you're going for, and the cost and everything like that. We'll talk more about that in that video later, but just wanted to mention that. But basically, he's got those flanges on both sides to attach this angled piece, or actually this piece of conduit is sticking straight out from the wall. And then he's using the T-connector that we manufacture here. And basically this blue piece of conduit is just going and terminating in the connector, because you don't need any kind of power tools. You don't do any welding or drilling to secure the maker pipe connectors to the conduit. That just terminates in the bottom half of the connector. And then the top half, we can't really see because of this metal kind of lip that's hanging down here, but it's going all the way across. And that's what the top of the T-connector is grabbing onto behind that metal there. And then basically it's just the same design down here, where you use T-connectors in a few more places to basically grab on and then angle those pieces of conduit. We got this one over here that's straight out from the flange mounted to the wall there. But then we've got the angled pieces that are going up to the back of the frame. And he's using T-connectors again back there to basically do the same horizontal pipe that's going from one side to the other. And then it's just T-connectors again to grab onto those and kind of complete that angled brace. And that just kind of supports the corrugated steel up there. And then, of course, it's the same thing on the edges here. And I guess he's going to have two T-connectors side by side to be able to achieve this there going up, if you can see that, if that makes sense. So basically, there's just another T-connector up here in this corner, and then one directly next to this one. And then there's a piece of conduit going from that T-connector up to that one. That's how he kind of makes that sideways A shape that's attaching this to the wall and kind of getting this angled slope, so the rain or snow, whatever it may be, will hit that and then kind of slope off of it. And I don't know exactly what the corrugated steel that he's using here. I know you can get this sheeting from a lot of different places, but this one is cool because it has the lip. And I don't know if the sheeting that he had specifically had the lip on it, or if I had to guess, he probably added that to the conduit. And I would guess probably added that, you could use self-tapping screws and secure that to the conduit, just going through the steel right into the steel conduit tubing. That's usually how we see people secure those. And same thing for the corrugated steel on top. You can just kind of use self-tapping screws directly through the material into the conduit, and that works pretty well. And it may not be weather tight. You might have to play around with some different bushings and things, or kind of like rubber gaskets to keep it rain tight. But we use something similar on our awning outside, and it worked pretty well. Pretty simple way to do that and kind of achieve that functionality if that's what you're going for. And we can see in this other photo as well that he secured the top bar the very top horizontal bar with electrical conduit 2-hole straps. Those are just going around the EMT. Those are inexpensive and a great accessory for something like this. And he's got quite a few of those just secured around the conduit, just holding that top bar in place. And then, of course, the flanges to bolt the rest of the frame. But really great. Awesome job with this, Gary. Really appreciate you sharing it. I'll link this post down below if you want to check it out in more detail. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, leave a like and consider subscribing. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.